This is the S&P 500 Spider ETF SPY one-day reading for March 11, 2024. It's currently January 19, 2024, 1:55 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading is currently $481.39. That's USD. And the shuffle video for the 11th was created on January 8th, 2024 at 6:53 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video here in the corner. The overall theme and behavior for SPY on the 11th, there's a notable decline that increases with momentum moving forward in time. Looks like it's towards the end of the day. Throughout the day, if we look at the 1 month where we have a pretty erratic kind of back and forth through the same price level kind of energy, we also have cross-reading congruency with the high card from the 1 year reading in the midst of that. And there's a high correlation here, or highest high correlation here on the 11th as well. So my sense is that we're probably revisiting the high that's been previously established for the month of March. And behavior around the highest high for the month, or for the day, we have a brief peak that's easily missed, followed by a decline through multiple support levels. That universal hexagram energy indicates one of two things: either an important price level that we're going to break down through when we have the next major correction. That's if we continue to go up. That's usually what it indicates. And if we go down from here, it's going to be a sharp decline off of a universal. This is also a cross-reading congruency on the 1 month. The universal energy here it correlates to the 11th as well. And we see the universal there as well as on the 12th. So be mindful of the price levels around the high, be mindful of the highs, and then behavior around the low. We have a rally into a key resistance, followed by a decline with consecutively lower spikes up, taking us into the low for the day. I'm advised to trade around a sideways fluctuating rally that precedes a decline. And before we go any further, I want to make sure everybody's aware. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and 5% of the profits from every profitable trade utilizing this information should be donated forward to one of these charities, or pick a charity of your choosing as long as you're paying 5% forward, and then 5% should be sent back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise or you can use YouTube Tips. And that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you follow the rule of karma for the channel, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get back into it. Each of these cards going left from right represents about an hour of time, of trading day time. But it's important to understand that in some cases, not each card's energy will line up perfectly with 1 hour of time. So it's important to give it plus or minus an hour or so of wiggle room here or there, and just follow the sequence of events as outlined in the prediction, because that remains accurate. Even if the timing is slightly off, the sequence of events will keep you on track. And always remember to trade responsibly, guys. We're not right all the time. Don't trade like we're right all the time. You will regret it. All right, so in the pre-market, we have this failed attempt to break through key resistance, followed by a decline through key support. And what I think probably happens here is we have this high at the end of the day. We either see the high at the end of the day, and then in the post-market, there's this decline, and then we open higher in the pre-market, but then decline to a lower price level. Or we don't see this high, there's just a decline here, in which case we would open higher here in the pre-market at the high, and then again, decline into lows. I think it's probably the first of the two. And there's an important cross-reading congruency here. We didn't have a low significator correlation on the timeline on the 8th for the low significator, but we find it here, cross-reading congruency in the morning. So I think that will probably be at a lower price level here on the 11th in the morning than the lows that we saw here on the 8th. So that failed attempt to break through key resistance, decline into a low around the open, and there's an important resistance level that's highlighted there somewhere around the open. It's a resistance that we failed to break through many times before, and we decline pretty notably from that, increasing with momentum moving forward into another lower trough that takes place around 10 o'clock, out of which there's a fast sudden move higher somewhere between 10 and 11 o'clock, and that trough is also a trade opportunity. That trough around 10 o'clock, trade opportunity. You could open up a long position before that fast sudden move higher. Fast sudden move higher takes us into more of a rally. So fast sudden move higher turns into an opportunity in the midst of a rally to close the long position, possibly probably open a short position as well. So you want to be quick about that. It's a brief peak that's easily missed. So when you see a fast sudden move higher, you have a pretty decent profit. I would take it, and you want to trade somewhere around the 11 to 12 o'clock hour most likely. But be very careful with this trade, because there's another low in that 11 to 1 o'clock hour somewhere in there, probably around 12:15ish. There's another trough or low. So you could close out if you opened up a short where you closed the long around 11 to 12 somewhere in there. If you close the long and open a short there, you could close the short just a little bit later when we have like a full retracement back down. It's like a prominent move higher and a full retracement, and then between 1 and 2 we have a period of volatility and a sharp drop that stands out in that period of volatility. Decline increases with momentum between 2 and 3. There's a little bit of a rally somewhere between 3 and the close, because there's a peak that we sell off from pretty notably in that last hour into lows for the day again, and those are probably the lowest lows of the day. We have a rally out of those lows, taking us to a distant resistance either at the close or my sense is that's more likely going to be the following day, right, in the morning. Interesting, there's that truce card again. I wonder if it still correlates, right? So open up along in the midst of a decline, probably open it around 10, close it somewhere between 11 and 12. Remember, it's a brief peak that's easily missed, followed by decline through multiple supports. It's better to be too early than too late exiting that trade, right? So when you exit the long there, you could open up a partial short, and then if we continue to go higher, add to that short, because we're going to have a decline there. You might be able to exit the short for a day trade there, or you'd be able to exit it towards the end of the day, somewhere around the last hour or at the close. When you exit that short, you could probably open up a long for an overnight swing trade. I think the majority of this movement here will take place in the morning of the 12th, right? We've got this big move to the upside. There's also universal hexagram tomorrow as well, so we'll talk about that in more detail in the reading for the 12th. And guys, if you want to get this information sooner, if you want to get early access to all this information, it comes out roughly like a month ahead of where it comes out on the public on public YouTube, allowing for extra planning ability. It's really the only kind of analysis that you can do planning ahead with. But with that said, you can do that so here at our services, SO Metapost, early access to a post, click here to subscribe. Guys, we're running roughly a 98% average accuracy day after day after day, predicting the chart behavior by the hour with highs and lows throughout the day. We've been doing it for years. Just scroll back. 98% average accuracy. $29 a month, $249 for the year gets you access to all of our public posts on YouTube way ahead of when they come out on YouTube, allowing you to plan ahead. So thank you to everybody that goes ahead and does that. Great way to support the channel. Much appreciation, and blessings to all my supporters. But that's the SPY for March 11th, 2024. My friends, hit that like button if you like this info. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Helps out the channel. Most importantly, make sure to follow that rule of karma. My friends, less than 3% of viewers follow the rule of karma. So if you don't follow it, who's going to follow it? We're counting on you. Blessings to all my angel investors, you beautiful, beautiful souls. And I'll see you guys on the next one.